Ramaphosa has called upon the youth to enter a new phase of struggle for economic emancipation. Addressing the 25th Youth League Congress, the Deputy President said all of the country's resources and energy must be directed at economic freedom. He, however, acknowledged that the Congress is taking place when unemployment among the young people is on the rise. Deputy President Ramaphosa lambasted party members who rushed to courts to settle internal problems. On the eve of the conference, disgruntled Youth League members from Northwest Province approached the North Gauteng High Court seeking an urgent interdict against the elective Congress. However, the application was dismissed and contestants are required to be 35 years old or below. Presidential hopeful Pule Mabe, who has been nominated by the Western Cape, has already turned 35, while front-runner Colin Maine is said to be a few months shy of 35.
We cannot allow our ANC to be controlled and to be run by the courts. We are a democratic organization that is regulated by our constitution, a constitution that is based on democratic values and ethical conduct. Those who rush to courts clearly do not love the African National Congress. Those who rush to courts clearly love themselves more than they love the African National Congress. We applaud you for your discipline, we applaud you for your commitment, and we applaud you for your patience. You have been patient, and this is the moment you have all been waiting for. It is now here. That moment has arrived.
And now for an update on the ANC Youth League's elective conference, we are now joined by our contributing editor, Mvuyo Mvoko. Mvuyo, a very good afternoon to you. Now, things must be heating up at the Congress. Do tell us about some of the very interesting developments from there today.
Well, thanks very much, Alicia. Well, as that clip showed, the ANC really frowning upon people who take the organization to court. It's no laughing matter for them. They are saying since yesterday, after that decision to throw the matter out as not being urgent, the decision by Judge Mavundla, but since then, the ANC leadership has been saying those that took the organization to court are going to face the wrath and the might of that organization. And there's a clip that played shows ANC Deputy President driving that point home as well, which means that anyone, it's the hope of the national leadership of the ANC that anyone who ever again thinks of taking the organization to court, they are going to face the music and they will in fact think twice. They are not compromising on that one. We are told they do want to send a very, very strong lessons. Well, we are yet to hear, of course, what will happen to those people who took the organization to court yesterday as to what will happen to them. But of course, he did raise quite a number of other things pertaining to the organization itself. He did touch on the fact that he believes the Youth League is not for sale. Now, that statement was not without context. As many people would know by now, there has been a rumor circulating for weeks now, if not months, where it is believed that there are leaders within the ANC who are actually literally buying delegates to make sure that they back a certain candidate for the presidency of the ANC Youth League. Something, of course, the leadership of the ANC keeps saying there has been no proof and something like that cannot happen, and it's merely a rumor, but it's a rumor that has really spread, I think, wildly enough, and for it not to be taken seriously. But that said, Cyril Ramaphosa saying the ANC Youth League is not for sale. The current generation must take lessons from previous generations who stood their ground and who made sure that they stood for all the good things of this world. Of course, he did admit also that a lot has gone wrong over the past few years, which led to virtually the leadership of the ANC Youth League under Julius Malema having to be taken away and an interim structure being instituted to run the affairs. And he did say that a lot has been learnt during that process, and those lessons will be taken to heart, and they will help the ANC Youth League grow beyond this point. This is what he had to say around the lessons that have been learnt over the past 3 years or so.
If we are to build a stronger, more coherent national liberation movement, we need to heed the lessons that we have learned. And some of those lessons, comrades, are whenever we see signs of indiscipline in our structures, we are required to act immediately and not wait. Whenever we see deviant behavior that militates against the values of the African National Congress, we are required to act immediately and stop those actions. If we do not do so, the ANC will be up for grabs by anybody who wants to grab it and take it in any direction that they want to.
Well, of course, after that speech that opening address by the ANC Deputy President, the convener of the National Task Team, Fikile Mbalula, gave a political report, well, essentially urging the delegates who are gathered here to really focus on the issues that matter, from the issues that are affecting and afflicting young people in South Africa today, right through to taking their place, under the sun. In other words, international issues. He spoke about international solidarity. He spoke about the leadership that these young people should take on so many fronts, not only domestically, but also in world politics. Well, when they come back from lunch, they have gone out to eat now. When they come back from lunch, all the sessions will be closed until the evening, and that's when the Electoral Commission will bring them together and explain to them the procedures that are going to be followed when they elect their leadership. The next open session after that will be tomorrow, and that's when President Jacob Zuma, the president of the ANC, will address these delegates. Well, that's where we are going to leave it from Galaga Estates, and it's back to you, Alicia.
Thank you so much for that. That's Mvuyo Mvoko, our contributing editor, live to us from Galaga Estate. Another